Everything up. And welcome, everyone. Welcome, welcome. All right, we're making sure everything's landing in the right places. Grab your notebooks. You can use. I am definitely like, I love taking the physical notes when I am in trainings, but feel free as well as if you can never find your physical notes, you might want to then type them so that you can come back to them. All right, I'm going to get this shared in one more spot, and then we are going to be getting started. So welcome as you're joining. Go ahead and just say hi in the comments below. It could literally just be hi, and maybe that's all you got for today. Or you can tell me something that you learned yesterday. Did you do the homework yesterday? Do you still need to catch yesterday's or day ones? And what was your key takeaways from day one? If you're new to this, like just say new. Um, that way I can get you the links that you need as we also continue through this 3-day training or 3-part training. So exciting. Yesterday, we really did work on that foundation. And again, yesterday, we talked about how, you know, a lot of us have heard those things. We may have done it before, but getting really fresh and clear because we need that in order to do today's. So each day is building on itself. I'm not leaving you hanging with the basics yesterday. Okay. So let's get ready to get started. Just go ahead and say hi in the chat again. And the reason why I do that, and probably a lot of people that do that when we're going live, is it wakens up the algorithm when we start getting comments underneath, and it's going to put this in front of more people. So, right, like, of course, I want more people to see this. I want more people to get the support that they need to really take their business to the next level or even get started with their business. So, who this is for, I do work a lot with service based businesses, but I do work with product based businesses as well. Whether you are in a nonprofit, for profit, no matter the industry, these are foundational things that we really need to implement into our business marketing. Now, that being said, maybe you're just like, marketing, I don't really know. Can I do a business without marketing? Yeah, you could. It's going to take a lot of boots on the ground, building a lot of relationships. And often people still want to do the research and read your message and consume your message in multiple different ways. So having this is one going to help you as you know this and you can speak this even to your in-person people. So this doesn't necessarily mean online and online only. This is also your elevator pitch, how you're talking about your business, whether it be in person or virtually. Now, definitely, right? Like as we're posting, we don't want to be posting just to post. We want to post to get results. And you need to decide, are you posting because you want to be an influencer or are you posting because you want to build your business? Because those are treated slightly different as well. Okay. And we can definitely go into that more. But today, day two, day two, we're really talking about yesterday we did the clarity. So we're turning now the clarity into magnetism, right? We want to be magnetic. And a lot of times when I hear people talk about being magnetic or when they hear being magnetic, they think I'm going to make a post and people are just going to be DMing me and contacting me and they're just going to be wanting to work with me. And I don't have to do anything except make this post. That can happen, but most of the time that's unlikely. We're just going to be upfront, really clear right in the beginning because most people do not work on their message enough and they do not make it magnetic enough. You cannot play small, stay simple, or just make some really bland AI generated post that's basic and expect that to happen. There is way too much noise in front of people's faces. You are going to have to be very bold, very specific, super clear, and make it magnetic so that people feel drawn to what you offer and they understand it enough that they're willing to pay money. So I say that, meaning you can get to the magnetism part. It is completely possible. But if you do not do the work, the most basic work that we're doing here, and you're skipping past it and you are just listening or half listening, and you're just like, yeah, I don't know. She said not to say everyone or people, but this is the way I want to do it. That's okay. But know that you're going to have to work harder to get those sales. Okay. That's all there is to it. So, yesterday we talked about building that core message. I gave you some prompts that are going to help you get through that. Please journal about it. Do not avoid that. It feels like you're spending time to work through this, and you might feel like, even, I don't have time to work through this. But the truth is, you can either do the work now or you can do the work in 2 years after you've already wasted 2 years of time playing small and then finally have the realization that you actually need to do this. And then you spend the time to do it. That's a hard truth. I've seen it happen way too many times. I myself have done it, but I've seen my clients do it over and over as well. So today we're going to turn that clarity into magnetism because it's not enough for people to just understand you and feel drawn to you. Doesn't mean that you're not enough, okay? It doesn't mean that. It means that your marketing's not enough, all right, in order to convert them. So, welcome to Words to Wealth. We are doing this in a challenge format. So, you are getting these and you need to watch these within 48 hours because each day comes down after 48 hours. That means you need to do the homework, you need to get it done. This is far too easy to put on the back burner. So challenge yourself, push through the blocks. When the urge to sit down and watch TV rather than get this done comes up, you are going to challenge yourself to push through and get this done because you're not waiting another 2 years and leaving all that money sitting on the table or throwing it out the window, waiting and delaying your success. We're going to do it now. Okay, so day one was core message clarity. Today, we're talking about magnetic message. Tomorrow, we're going to be talking about getting that action to go along with it. Oh, did I get the right? I'm like, did I get the right slides? Oh, I think I just might have skipped one. All right, so here we are. Clear is good, right? We said this. Clear is good. Magnetic is better. So, what's the difference? What's the difference between clear and magnetic? So, clear really speaks to logic, which we need, right? Your mind needs to logically understand it to feel safe. Magnetic sparks emotion, but it also sparks a bit of curiosity and it plays to their identity of the person they believe they are and the belief of the person they want to be. So here's the prompt that I'm going to encourage you to play with right now. When my dream client sees my post, I want them to feel what? What do you want them to feel when they see your post or when they hear your message? So cater this to how you're typically getting in front of people. And when I say dream client, I really mean that because you might have had clients so far that are super needy, and maybe you haven't had your dream client yet. Maybe you've had one good client that you're like, I want more of those. Think and focus on that person, or think about the person that you would love to work with. Do not think about the person who drained you. Do not think about the person who you had to jump through a million hoops to get them to work with you. I want you to think about the easiest person to sell, the person that will get the best results working with you, and that it's actually like a beautiful symbiotic like relationship as you are growing and developing them. You're guiding them. You are their anchor. You're holding space for the container. That is if you're in the service based. And maybe it's that you give them homework to do and they actually do it, right? We had those clients where they paid for us to work with them, but then they never did the homework. Um, who are those people? Who are they going to be? And it's okay if you start with your list of who they are not, and then think the opposite to say who they are. Okay. So when your dream client sees your post, how are they going to feel? Because magnetic messages really are designed to make them stop their scroll and say, wow, that's me. Oh, that's me. Right. They are also clear messages where people really understand what they're reading. It's not the message where you're like, what? Like, and then you're just like, I don't, it was just all curiosity, right? It was like, I don't really understand. Um, it's not about hype. It's not about like attention grabbing necessarily, but it's more about resonance. It's about the emotion. It's about the connection. It's about the identity. And we're going to dive into identity a little bit more here in this next slide. All right. So the magnetic messaging triangle. The key things that you will hear a lot in a lot of marketing teaching is push on their pain point. And it works, it does. But it doesn't always feel good from the person who's like, let me dig into your pain and stir it up. A lot of times, especially if you've been conditioned to be super nice and not do things like that in the average day, it's going to feel really uncomfortable. So first, I do want to give you this wisdom as a coach over all of these years, having avoided saying the things that were triggering and having trying to skirt around things and say it always the nice way. Pushing on their pain points sometimes is really good for their change. If you have got someone who they are, and I know I could find better words, but you all get what I'm saying. They're 5 cheeseburgers away from a heart attack. And you really are concerned about their health. Like you really, truly want to help them. Skirting around the issue and delaying their success really, literally could be the death of them. So, to push on that pain point, to really get them to understand the need for them to change right now and the consequences of them not changing is a dire situation. It is extremely needed. And that might be the only way to truly get to them. But there are other ways to hit home for people that can be a little softer. And we can explore all three of these, and you should as the business owner. And I don't like using the word should a whole lot because it's not in a way of shaming, but it is really in the way of like for you to really be able to show up, do your mission, help lots and lots of people. We need to really know all three of these so that we can incorporate these into our marketing. Because hopefully you do know the domino effect, the ripple effect, the bigger cause of change that your business can make in the world one person at a time, or maybe one group at a time. The desire is what they deeply want. Do they want more than anything? Sometimes it is, right? So maybe I'm working with a mom who really wants her business to be successful. And she really wants more than anything to be able to take her kids on a Disney vacation and be able to spend fairly freely while she's there and be able to have the desire to take days off when she needs and go on the field trips. And she just can't do that when she's chained to a 9 to 5. So, getting to that deep desire, the pain point would be you're missing out on all of these important things. You are depriving them of a family vacation. Like I could push on those pain points, but that doesn't always feel quite as good. So I might speak more to the desire. The identity is not only who they see themselves as, who they identify as. What would they call themselves if someone was to say like um super mom, right? Like she wants to be super mom or is just mom, right? She would identify with that word in this example. And then who she wants to become is maybe she wants to be the mom, not mompreneur, and she wants to be seen as this successful businesswoman who is also a mom who also balances everything. Like maybe that's who she really craves to be. Like she lights up when she thinks about that and hears that. So we want to paint that picture of that core person because our marketing will get so much clearer. It will be laser focused. It will cut through the noise. It will get them to stop and go, oh, that's me. That's what I want. And so your message should tap into at least one of these. And we can ask by saying, like, my audience's number one pain is, and even in that scenario, where's that pain showing up? Is it that it's summertime and she wants to be sitting by the pool with her kids and doing crafts with them? And instead, she's in a basement somewhere. I say that because I worked at a call center at one point before I had kids. And we were like in a basement, and I would go in when it was dark and I would come out when it was dark. And I felt like my life was just like flashing before my eyes, right? What is it that they secretly want? What are they like daydreaming about? Which, like, they're watching the Netflix shows because they're like, I want that life, right? And then what do they want? What kind of person do they really truly want to be? All right, so here's some magnetic message templates. You can use these for some plug and play. These are not, you're not limited to them. You're not restricted to these. But I find the more plug and plays that we can do and we can start to utilize and then expand on. So, for example, um, let's say you're not just a mom, you're a mom who wants to be involved in her life and in your kids' lives. Let's fix that. Right. So then I would expound on that. I would talk about all the things I just said. I would say, you know, you're missing out on these things. And I know that you really truly want to be doing this, the desire. And you can, it's possible for you to have this life and then speak to the identity of who she could be. And I could have a same post, very similar, and be okay with repeating yourself. That was a big lesson I had to learn early on. I was definitely that kid in high school that I could never wear the same outfit again. Like I always had to have some type of, and I was like, tried my best to go 365 days without wearing the same outfit. So when it came to marketing, I was like, I need a new post every single time. But the truth is, we just need to finesse it because when you're learning something, when you're learning a new identity, which would be your clients, um, they want to consume more and more of it. Have we ever done that? Like, gotten on a Brene Brown kick and you're like, I want to read all of her books. I want to watch all of the TED Talks. I want to watch the Netflix series. And she's saying the same message in so many different ways because you're digesting it, you're wrapping your mind around it. You want to be in that energy. You know that that's what you are now creating for your clients. So we would continue to use these prompts and talk about these things in slightly different ways. Because when you are in the midst of change, which is what we're inviting our clients to do, when we're in the midst of change, like we need a lot of different ways to do things. And that's exactly what I'm asking you to do because you're wanting to change how you show up in your marketing. So you're going to need to do this in multiple different ways so that you can really step into the person that you are becoming, the leader that you're becoming. So I'm going to encourage you to fill out at least one of these. Take a screenshot of this. Okay. Take a screenshot. I'm going to encourage you to fill out one of these. I want you to comment it below. You can comment it in the Facebook group. I would really encourage you to do what I just said and turn it into a full post. And you have a note section on your phone, most likely. Put these in your note section because you're going to utilize these over and over. You are going to keep working on these. This is your business's brand message. It's not something that's fleeting. It's not changing. It's not going away. It is something that you need to continue to reiterate. Right? How many times have we seen the same 5 Tide commercials over and over? Like, we get it, but that marketing needs to occur, right? We want to stay top of mind. All right. Show your soul belief. This is that next part of like, I'm asking you to be bold. I said this at the beginning. Like, if you want to cut through the noise, you cannot be playing it safe and just doing some generic post. And hopefully, hopefully you're past that. You might have done it in the past. I've done it in the past, right? Just posting to be posting. But we want to get posts that get results. We don't want to be just checking a box because just checking a box does not put money in our bank account for one. And we're a business and that's what we have to do. Like we have to put food on the table, a roof over our heads. And there's an energy exchange. And if you have not worked on your money and self-worth, you've got to, you really got to. We are having a wealth activation at the end of the month. So if you want that wealth activation link, just comment wealth and we'll get that to you. You Are a Badass at Making Money is definitely a book I would highly recommend. I have read that book and listened to the audiobook more times than I can count. And I was looking at it on the shelf the other day and I was like, yeah, I need to do that again just because it continues to bring my focus to that, to get really intentional about it. And so again, we need things, I said this yesterday, we need things to hold space for us to continue to refocus, realign, and to do the work because as we are shifting and becoming, which is a whole nother project I'm working on, as we're shifting and becoming, we really do have to continuously recalibrate because each day we're growing and we're shifting, but we're also becoming something different and we're rewiring our habits and our mindset and we're training ourselves to be the best business owner. Your bold belief is what is going to give you brand magnetism. Now, a lot of times for us who are, and I say us because definitely hardcore in this lane, not so much nowadays, but a people pleaser. Oh, I did not want to hurt anyone's feelings. One of my worst fears growing up was that someone wouldn't like me because I wanted everyone to like me. In the business world, it's not realistic. And guess what? There's people that I follow. I use him a lot. I'm gonna go ahead and just throw his name out there. Grant Cardone. I don't like him, but I admire him. And he even taught a thing on that. And I did admire that too. Is he's like, you know what? Even when people don't like me, they're talking about me. And it's putting my brand out there more. And I'm sure we've all heard that saying at some point, bad PR is still PR. Of course, we're not like looking for bad PR, but it's okay if people are talking. It's okay if people are making negative comments. It's okay. It means that people are paying attention to you. It means it's a status that you reached when people start doing that. And you cannot take it personal because you are not your business and your business is not you. There is definitely alignment and parallels, but if you really want your business to grow, you have to separate yourself from your business. You definitely need to be in alignment, and that's anywhere that you work, right? If you want to go get hired by a company, you should have value alignment. Otherwise, you're probably not going to stay there very long. And if that company doesn't have very strong values, you're probably not going to want to stay there for very long either. So, what you believe is the heartbeat of your messages. Yes, we need to know about the emotions of our clients and their desires, but what do you believe around that? So, your bold beliefs are what's going to turn your messages into a movement. Messages into a movement. So, I believe marketing can feel good and still make money, right? Doesn't have to be sleazy salesman kind of vibes, car salesman, not to throw car salesmen under the buses, but right? You could be, I believe busy moms deserve to feel confident in their clothes. I believe your words shape your wealth. Or so depending on what your company is, and maybe it's I believe that moms can have it both. They can be there for their kids and they can have this beautiful success. I do believe that. I really do believe that. I get to take my kids to school. I get to pick them up. Um, I get to do the things as long as they give me enough time to put it on my calendar. um, and I can work from my car and I can schedule my stuff around my schedule. Like I believe that it is possible, and not only possible, but I believe that like me being able to make them dinner and us be able to eat together is so crucial for the healing of our planet in itself. That I'm so fortunate that I get to spend so much time in the garden with little Willow, and we're growing food, and I'm teaching her and passing down all these things that I've learned from my parents and grandparents on gardening, which I definitely for a long time took advantage or took for granted. I did not realize that is not common knowledge. Um, and I do know that like kids eat more fruits and veggies when they grow them and when they know where their food comes from, and really being able to ingrain my values into my children, right? And so I also get to work on these projects that I feel super passionate about. And I get to pour back into people and I can do all of that, but I have to be very strategic how I do it. Yes. All right. So getting back to like my mission, like, right, I could get on my soapbox. So now you have some tools to take your message from just clear to magnetic. And I will say, I still see a lot of people out there that struggle just with the clarity part. Um, it's really challenging to make it magnetic if you don't even have the clarity yet. So make sure that you do day one, then do day two. Today's homework is I really want you to post something and make it be seen. So I want you to use one of those template prompts. I'm going to pull them back up. Use one of those, and then I want you to expound on it with the pain point, desire, and identity. So as you do that, now I'm going to say create a post. And then I want you to share it into our Facebook group. Now, if you're like, I don't know, I'm a little scared to share it out into the world, out into the ether, I'm going to encourage you to then just post it in our Facebook group and let it be seen there and kind of warm yourself up. And let that be enough for today. If you would like, I'm throwing out there today, if you would like $1 million messaging audit, comment money moves. Okay. What we'll do is I'm going to take a look at either what you've been working on so far and how we can improve it. Or if you're like, this is what I've been doing, tell me what I'm doing wrong or what I could do better. This is a 20-minute hyper focused intensity coaching call. It is not a sales pitch. It is, we're going to do this, we're going to do that. It is not a getting to know you call where we're just chit chatting. And then in the last 5 minutes, we actually do this thing. I first am a Capricorn. So I'm like results, efficiency. So I'm going to be like, okay, show me what you got. Let's look at it. Let's talk about it. Maybe in the last 2 minutes, I might say, hey, have you ever considered working with someone? You're going to say yes or no. And if the answer is yes, I would like to work with you, I'm going to say, okay, let's schedule another call because most likely I have a call right after that. All right. So it's not going to make you feel slimy or anything. And if you say, no, I don't want to work with anyone right now, or I can't work with anyone, you do not have to feel bad about that. Please do not feel bad about that. It can be as simple like, no, I can't right now. Okay, no problem. Like, I'm not trying to shame anybody. All right. So, how's this feeling? Are we pushing you a little bit into an uncomfortable zone? Is it slow and steady where you feel like you can digest it, you can integrate it? Like, how are you feeling? I really want to know. And if you do feel like, oh, I've got somebody who I know needs to hear this or they can work on this with me, tag them below. And if you would like to purchase the replays, again, because these are going to be coming down soon, plus you can get the 21-day course that comes along with it. It is only $33. And if you want that, just type 33 below and I'll get you the link. Just because I comment 33 does not mean that you like have to commit. But if you want to play with the idea, I would highly recommend it. And this is something I would recommend to come back and check in with yourself at least once a quarter. And especially as you're new at this, you might need to check your message every single day, every single week, every single month. And then it goes into once a quarter. All right. I will see you tomorrow for day 3. And I cannot wait to hear your results. Cannot wait to hear your results. All right. All right. Before we jump off, I'm going to stop sharing my screen for a moment if I can find it. There we go. And I am going to be launching a beta test. I kind of already launched it. If you would like to get into the beta test, we are, and I say we, meaning the company, Izzy Natalie Consulting. We're launching the 10-day mini course. And I say mini, it's really powerful. So I'm kind of shying away from using that language. But that's what the beta test is for, and seeing like how it responds. So it is pre-recorded. There is a lesson and a meditation. Every day is 20 minutes or less. It's ideally practiced within 10 days to get the transformation. However, life's, right? So you might not finish it in 10 days. That's okay. Our goal is to get everyone signed up by June 7th, and then to complete that between June 15th and the 30th. If you complete 50% or more, hopefully you finish 100%, but again, realistic, you will get a free coaching session with me, like a free full coaching session with me. if you would like to do that, people who are coming in for the beta group, we're getting $100 off. So it's going to be 147. We are marking it down to 27. So that's $120 off. You're going to get it for $27 to get in. And essentially, all that is you would do a pre-survey, a post-survey. I'm considering adding a midpoint survey as well, depending on completion rates. And then for some people, I might ask, hey, could you do a quick video review? And or hey, could you refer this out to some people or repost it or share it or something? Like, of course, it's just what we're asking. But yeah, it's going to be great. It's a super powerful, like it's years and years of learning within the mystery school, within yoga and Vedic practices, self development. Like, oh, there's just so many different angles that and mindfulness practices and meditation and so many things that I've pulled together for this 10-day. So it's called Awaken Your Inner Goddess. And I would love to invite you to that if you'd be interested in being a beta tester. I'm going to be running ads on that soon, so you might be seeing it around. But if you can get in before ads, that's even better too, because then I don't have to pay on an ad click. So that would be appreciated. All right. I will see you tomorrow for day 3 of our Words to Wealth.